Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How's everything? How's everything? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is well. Happy Friday. Well, not so much happy Friday. There was a lot of things that happened this week. My condolences for everyone who passed away for the DC plane crash. And it just was a sad, sad situation. But we are here. We are here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Please announce yourself in the chat. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you. I know that it's was a sad situation in DC that I wasn't expecting to hear something like that. We have a lot of news to cover. We're going to discuss the DC plane crash, and we are going to discuss immigration. We're going to talk about certain things that's going on. A lot of migrants or immigrants are running scared because of the Trump administration and how ICE is doing things. Well, how they are enforcing the law, which we haven't seen for many, many years. So a lot of people are running scared for that. Then, of course, we are going to have our viewer power hour where the viewers take over and we try to get things situated from there. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, Grand Miss, yes, my brother. Oh, yes. The disclaimer today's stream is brought to you by H2O. And everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe to Kill for more reaction. Humphrey. You fool. Yes. Yes, please do. Please. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. I have, speaking of H2O, I have this is water mixed with lemon juice mixed with apple cider vinegar. So this is very, very good. So I mean, I really appreciate that. And please, everybody, please drink water. Have your water. It's wintertime. I know that it's very cold, and a lot of people may not want to drink, but you got to stay hydrated. Thank you, Grand Miss, for reminding me that. I really, really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. But yes, it's how are you doing, my good brother? How was your week? Good evening, Bay. How you doing? How you doing? How's everything? How is everything? How are you feeling? I'm glad for you to join me. Let me know if you want to come on. We can both discuss the DC plane crash and immigration. If you want to come on, let me know. I'll put the link. I'll send you the link. Good night, Supergirl. Good night. Good night. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yes, Graham is long struggling since issue. I understand. I understand that. I understand that for real. For real. It's not easy. Not easy. This week was pretty good. Well, over the weekend, I spent time with my daughter. She was so bossy, so bossy. She asked me for 100,000 sour hamburgers. And I was like, how I'm gonna even get that? Okay, so I got her 10 and I gave her five, and I wanted to have five, but she asked if it was in my book bag, and I was like, yeah, they're in my book bag. And she went in my book bag and ran off, and I didn't realize it that she took my candy. Yeah, yes, sour hamburgers, yes. Those it's a candy. So it's like I believe it's Trolley. That's the name of the company. it's it's a candy called Trolleys, but they have like regular hamburgers and they have sour hamburgers. And I mean it's good. I'll be honest with you, they're very good. That's one of the candies that I would say I used to get them when I was a kid. It'd be like 5 cents. But listen, those are good, and they have not changed the ingredients. They change like it tastes good, you know, but it's very good. Oh wow, but you had the flu. Okay, that's crazy. Hopefully you feeling. Are you feeling much better? You know this virus, ronovirus or norovirus, is causing a lot of people to go sick. It's just sad. Our family in Jamaica that's been very, very sick. You know, it's just so crazy, so crazy. But all right, cool. So what I'll do is once a couple more people come in, I will send you the link, and let me see if I could. I'll put the link. Let me. Where's it? There we go. I'm gonna do that right now. And also, if you want, you could stream from your YouTube channel if you want to as well. So, or if you want me to just send you the video and everything, you chop it up and everything, and however you want to do it, that would be cool. So you just just let me know and we go from there. All right. So let me do this real quick. Let me see if that works. Okay, so I put the link in the chat. Anybody else who wants to come on, just let me know, and we can go from there. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So uh, just uh, just let me know when you're on, Bay, and we go from there. How has your week been? Just how is everything going on with your channel? I'm glad to see that you are growing. I would love to see us YouTubers grow. One thing that I've always said in my life, I want to see people do well because then we be happy, we make our money, and we go from there. So I really, really, really appreciate seeing you growing. This is very, very good. Very, very good. And if you guys have any articles that you want me to talk about, discuss, you can put it in the chat as we go through the stream, and we go from there. Listen, it's been a tough couple of months for me. It's Christmas had me, and then last month I had some unexpected bills that came up. It's just you crazy. All right, cool. I'll pull up one of the articles that you sent me because you have sent me a lot, and I try to find a video that matched the articles. I really appreciate that. So so everything works out. So babe, just let me know when you're on, and then we can go on to the first segment that we're going to talk about, which is I'm gonna show one of a clearer view of the plane crash when the helicopter crashed into the plane. It was just a sad situation. I wasn't When I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But that airspace, that DC airspace with the military and stuff, some people are saying that there were plenty of near misses and it was bound to happen, but this is something that you don't ever want to happen. So my condolences goes out to the 67 lives lost, and I know that they found some bodies, but it's who know. Hopefully they can find all of them, but we just don't know. We just don't know. You know, yeah, well, when they're saying that we all trying to figure out how it happened. It's so many conflicting things. They're saying that uh, that they didn't have enough air traffic controllers, and they're saying that maybe the pilot of the helicopter didn't notice the airplane. They noticed one airplane on their radar, and didn't notice that airplane. And by the time they noticed it, of course, it was too late. It was just ridiculous. Okay, no problem. I will touch on. He did feel that he was invincible. He did get 11 years, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. So, if you guys, since you want me to touch on that, I can find a video real quick and just go from there. I am waiting for one of my co-hosts to join. Once you are in, Bay, just let me know. You can put it in the chat that you're in. I'm definitely gonna find a video about that. Nimrod. It's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of things that he did, the amount of money that he took. I'm like, wow, 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 wow. All right, perfect. Okay.
Hi,
Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
Of
All
course.
right. Perfect. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we will start with
And
the first video. But so how was your week? I know you said that you had the flu. Are you still still have the leftovers of the flu? How are you feeling?
a little bit like earlier, just my throat was closing up a little bit, but I'm much better.
Much better? Okay,
Yeah, thank
okay.
goodness. Everybody was sick.
I hear that. I hear that. You know what, Grand Miss? I'm tired of you.
Oh,
I'm
he's
tired.
so
I'm
sweet.
I'm tired of you. Okay. But you know what?
What?
You know what?
Good.
Thank you. So, shoes. So it's not good with
Summed
me.
up.
That's
He
what you're
summed
saying.
up. I
That's
guess.
what you're saying. All right, cool. You know what? Fine, no problem then. All right. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's get to the first. Let me see how can I pull this up. Let me see if it works with this one. I want to do another layout that will be much better. Let's see about this one. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pull you up on this. No, 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 no. Okay, hold on. Let's stick with this one first. I'm trying to get it, guys. So just bear with me a little bit. And all right, let's try this layout real quick. See how it looks. Okay. All right. Cool. And what I will do is just bear with me, guys. Let me just fix this up real quick. And all right, let's see if when I pull up the banners, let's see how it looks. Oh, and so, babe, what you can do
Mhm.
is I I'm trying to see exactly you because there's a way that you can be able to stream it on your channel. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I can do it. Let
Yeah,
me
I
see.
asked you, but I had did the StreamYard thing, and when I went on YouTube, it said I had to wait 24 hours. I tried to do it today.
Oh wow! Oh
Yeah.
wow! Okay, all right. So for the next next time what we'll do
Hmm.
is I will make sure I set you up beforehand and we go from there. All right.
Yeah.
So but I can always just send you the I can always send you the clip and we go from there. All right.
Thank you.
Pick this up. No problem. No problem. All right, guys. So all right, that looks good. All right. So this video, guys, is one of a clearer shot of the DC plane crash and debris falling into the river. So we're going to watch this, and then we're going to get into a news feed that discusses some of the people who were on the plane. All right. So without further ado, let's get to it.
The American Airlines plane can be seen flying towards the airport
Oh,
before the two collide, causing a mid-air explosion.
oof.
After the collision and subsequent explosion, the airliner can be seen spinning into the water, and the Black
Ooh.
Hawk is also seen falling into the water.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Ooh.
That's crazy.
Sad. Very, very sad.
I heard about it, but I don't know the ins and
Yeah.
outs of it.
Yeah. So sad. So sad. Oof.
Mm-mm.
So sad. So sad. And the thing is, if we go back, what they said,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it said the pilots involved likely had no warning of the impending disaster, and ah that's just a sad thing. And can you imagine, like you're on a plane,
Mm-hmm.
you're about to land, you probably text your loved ones and everything, and next thing you know, out of nowhere, boom, and that's it. Like it's just sad. How do you feel about it?
I can't imagine. I wasn't. I heard about it. I seen, when you're on YouTube and on your feed, you see it, and I was just hoping you could explain to me what happened. I didn't even know that many people died.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very sad. Very,
So
very
it was
sad.
really sad.
And the thing is, it's like, so what what some people are saying, well, I'm gonna start with what Trump said,
Hmm.
that he felt that because of certain hires that the air traffic controllers weren't properly vetted, or because of DEI hires, which is complete another BS. It
Hmm.
wasn't because of that. What the problem was, that he said that one of the air traffic controllers, they went on break and they left the post and stuff, and they only left one person there. But the major issues is that you have the military flying in a space which commercial airlines fly into land, which is not supposed to happen. Okay, so I think that what they really need to think about doing is changing where the designated airspaces are around that airport, because they said that there has been a couple of near misses that we don't know about. And over the past couple of months, we've heard, plane crashes in Europe and in South Korea, and now with this happening in America, this is not a good year for planes. A lot of people are going to be scared to even think about flying.
Right.
What about you? Do you fly a lot?
No, I've only flown twice ever in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, because I fly a lot. I go to Chicago to see my daughter, and
Mm.
then I have family in Jamaica. I fly there, and I want to fly other places as well. I want to be able to visit, but it is a little scary. It is a little scary to have to think about this, but it is still the safest way to travel. You don't really hear a lot of accidents, but
I've
when
heard
it
that.
is an accident, it's very deadly. 9 times out of
Right.
10, it's deadly. But this is, oh gosh, it's so sad, so sad. You know,
And
um,
when it happens in the U.S., I feel like hits people more when it happens in the U.S. because you hear about it. That plane crash in Malaysia because of the
yes.
Boeing and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. Just
Mm-hmm.
like the wars that happen out of the country, people,
Mm-hmm.
you could be more desensitized because it's over there, not over here. You know.
That's a very, very good thing. I like what you just said. We can be more desensitized because we don't see it, we don't feel
Mm.
it, we don't touch it because it's not one of us. So
Yeah.
we may feel that, oh, that happened over there, so that's that. But I like what you just said. That's very, 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 very good. I really, really like that. And wow, thank you for sharing that, because I would have never thought about that. I because I made a video about it, and a lot of times it's like you said, because it doesn't happen in the home front, people just feel
Right.
like, oh, it's sad. My condolence to them, but we go on about our business. But
Hmm.
now this happening here, and for me, I mean, Washington D.C. is not too far from me. Oh, not too far from so living on the East Coast,
Yeah.
we're close to it. So that's it's very, very scary, very, very scary. Oh my gosh. So what we're gonna
So what
do,
happened was a whole plane crashed into a military
yeah,
helicopter.
so the plane was landing,
Yeah.
and the military helicopter was coming from what looked like from the right. And as the plane was landing, the military helicopter just crashed right into the plane. And it was it was no way
Hmm.
that if I think if it was like higher altitude, let's say if the plane was 10,000 feet and then descending, and then the military helicopter was at that level, maybe things could have would have definitely been avoided. But it's just sad. It's just very,
Yeah.
very sad for real. I my heart goes out to there was no survivors, and they're still trying to find the bodies. But I know they found 40 bodies, but
Wow.
I don't know. They may not find anymore. We don't know. Hopefully they find all of them, but just have to see. Just have to see. So what we're gonna do
Right.
is we're gonna check out another video, and this video here is talking about the victims of the terrible plane crash incident. Let's get to it.
And that investigation, of course, continues this morning into the deadly midair collision in Washington, D.C. We're also slowly learning more about some of the victims who happen to be on the airplane, as well as the Black Hawk helicopter. And Gigi, it's so tough to cover this part of the story.
Yes, and it's going to get tougher as we learn more and more. I mean, there were victims of all ages aboard the flight, aboard the helicopter. We're talking about children. We're talking about moms and dads. A dad waiting to walk his daughter down the aisle in 2 months. You can just imagine her
Sad.
heartbreak today. So many stories. Today, the recovery operation, though, continues. Specialized dive teams are working to recover over 24 more victims of the crash. So far, about 40 have been found. This is investigators from the NTSB and other federal agencies work to find out what happened. Take a look at this. The NTSB sharing these photos of one of the black boxes that was recovered from the American Airlines jet that crashed as it was about to land at Reagan National Airport. Investigators say they now have both the flight recorder data and the cockpit voice recorder from the commuter plane. The recorder is crucial to the investigation and what led to the crash between the commuter jet traveling from Wichita, Kansas, and the Army Black Hawk out on an evening training mission. And while no official list of the victims has been put out, many other families are speaking out, and they're sharing stories of love and of loss. Take a look. 67 lives lost. And behind every one of them is a story of love. Here we see 23 of the victims whose family and friends have begun sharing their stories. I see 12-year-old Olivia. She's a figure skater who dreamt of representing the United States in the Olympics. Her mom was also aboard. There's Wendy Jo Schaefer, who leaves a husband and 2 young boys.
I just want to say this is sad to see children.
Mm-hmm.
Know that children pass is just so sad. The whole lives ahead of them, just trying to do what they got to do. Parents trying to do what they got to do.
Right.
Just sad, 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 sad. Mm.
And
These
I
are,
never know.
yeah, you never know. You never know. And this, I always tell people that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at these pictures, they're all different types of people, and we are all citizens of Earth, and
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, we got to figure out a way to come together and to be able to make moves and just live life the way we want to live it. It's just sad, just sad.
A 3 and 1-year-old. Civil rights attorney Kia Duggins, who was flying to Washington, D.C. in
Wow.
preparation for her new job as a law professor at Howard University. So many stories. And we're also learning more about the U.S. Army crew aboard the Black Hawk. There were 3 from Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and so far we've heard from the family of 2 of them. There you see Chief Warrant Officer 2, Andrew Eves of Mississippi. And we're going to see the crew chief also. But Eve's wife wrote, "We ask that you pray for our family and friends and for all the other families that are suffering today. We ask for peace while we grieve." And then there is Ryan O'Hara. There you see him with his baby boy, only 1 year old. Friends who served with him describe him as a standout soldier who everyone respected. They just say he was dedicated, disciplined, and committed. Again, he leaves behind his wife and that 1 year old baby boy. And as the recovery mission continues, we'll be learning more about the victims. And again, you say 67. There's so many hundreds and hundreds of people more that are affected by this crash.
I love what she just said. As
Mm-hmm.
sad as it is, yes, there are 67 lives lost, but it's so many people that knew these people, family members. That 1-year-old child would never really know his father.
Right.
Just sad. We have to understand. I like one of the family members said that we have to pray for each other. We have to come together in peace. We have to, because it's just so sad, so sad. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it, babe?
It's just really sad. Just like she was saying, that's what I was thinking about, how there's 67 people, but they're all connected to a
Yeah,
bunch of other people. They have cousins, mothers, friends, family.
yes, yeah.
And
It's
what I
it's
think too is just you know, uh, yeah, when people see these type of stories, just, to live your life with joy, live your life every day,
Mm,
because
I
we
agree with
get,
that.
I swear, we get in the, at least for me, the rat race of working, the routines,
Yes,
instead of finding joy, instead of settling down and finding joy in life. It's crazy.
I agree. I agree with that. We a lot of times we think about our daily lives and we think about the things that we're going through and everything, the hustle and
Mhm.
bustle of life.
Right.
Sometimes we don't sit down and just think and take that moment to say, wow, you know what, we need to really make sure that we are present in our lives and make sure that we discuss things, especially with our friends, with our families, tell them that we love them, that we care about them, because you
Yeah.
never know what moment could be your last. And
Yeah.
none of those lives lost on in the plane crashes, they never would have thought that that moment would have been their last moment. It's
Right.
just so sad, so sad.
Graph that we put up with all of the pictures, I'm noticing the last name there. It looks like an entire family.
There was at least two sisters aboard that had been at the ice skating championships that led to that
Wow.
development camp for ice
And then I
skaters.
see,
Husband and wife.
and the husband
Yeah,
and
the
wife with
husband
the
and
same
wife.
last name.
Yes, the husband and wife, I believe, are from Russia. They're champion skaters. They had been in Wichita training their son Maxim, and Maxim, we learned, took another flight. So he was
Wow.
not
Earlier flight
aboard.
that morning.
Yeah, he was not aboard the flight that killed his parents. So you can only imagine his heartache, And then there's, of course, something that psychologists talk about a lot: survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt. He could have been on that flight with his parents, but as you were reading, he took another flight.
Yeah.
There's so many stories. There's so many
It's so
stories.
heartbreaking, Gigi. It's so tragic, and it seems it's just senseless. People are trying to make sense of this. This could have been prevented. Why? There's so many questions.
There are
Still
so many
unanswered.
questions, yeah. And that's why the NTSB, the FAA, other federal agencies all are looking into this. And a lot of the families, obviously, they're heartbroken, but they also want to know why.
Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
we all do.
And it could take a while, though. That's the thing with these investigations, and people are so emotional that they want to immediately get an answer, and you might not be able to have an answer for
And
a
the
while.
NTSB is very detailed, very
Yes.
meticulous.
Yes.
They will
True.
recover all the parts that they can find. They often try to reconstruct the airplane or the helicopter in search for answers. And they today ask that people not speculate about what happened
Right.
until they come out with what they say, facts. And we're actually expecting to hear from them later today.
Well, thank you. You've brought us.
That's one thing I would have to say. Please, let's not speculate everything that's going on. I know that our president said some wild stuff, but we cannot speculate. We just have to say, okay, hey, look, we've seen that it was a crash.
Mhm.
Let the officials, figure out everything. Once they get the black box, they can get inside. Once they get inside the black box, they can really listen to the recordings and find out exactly like what was going on in the pilot's mind before, during, and after the crash. It's just sad. It is very, very sad. Very, very sad. Oh my goodness gracious. This month, the
Yeah.
start
Right.
of
January.
2025 has been
Nuts.
has been crazy, for real, for real. Oh my goodness gracious. It's very, very sad, but we got to do what we got to do. We have to get through it and just try our best. Let's get to some of the comments, and let's try to get to that. Let's see if I can. Oh, sorry. Let me try to see if
He
I
wasn't lying.
can.
He's never going to be the same after that.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Let me see. How can I want to trying to see how can I, let me see if I do it this way. Nope. I want to, let's see. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to pull up. Let me see this one and see if it works. Nope. Okay, yeah. All right. So what I'll do real quick is let me display the names. There we go. All right. So everybody know who's talking. All right. So how do you feel about it, babe? How do you feel about this? This It's very sad,
Yeah.
guys. I know that if you guys had any family members that were involved, please put in the comment section. Let me know. You know, it's just crazy. Hey, Kai, how you doing? How you doing? Really appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Um, Grand Miss says, I thought one of the articles said that the pilots of the helicopter were trained. I mean, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you know how to fly a helicopter. Of course, you got to be trained. You know, it's just crazy. Nimrod says, should air traffic not have seen that on radar? I believe that they did. I wonder if it's because of the altitude or something like that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. You know, yes, Kai. Yep, this was recent. Yeah, I've been I've been doom scrolling plane crashes all December, and boy, we're not safe as they say. It depends on it. It depends. It's just it shake me for real,
Yeah.
for real. Um, yeah. Let me see.
Was anybody hurt by the debris and everything, or it all just went in
So
the water?
so since the since it happened over the Potomac, or they were uh, approaching the airport, uh, both the plane and the helicopter fell into the Potomac River,
Mm.
and that's why it's dang, yo, it's just that's sad for real, for real. Wow, Kai says fate. You never
Yeah.
know. You're right. You never know. Fate indeed, for real, for real, for real. It's just
Especially him
uh,
taking that other flight.
yeah. Think about that. Their son, the husband and wife passed, and the son they just finished training him, and but he took another. That's crazy. Wow,
Mm.
wow. He could have been on that flight. Yeah, I saw a news feed of a lady of a passenger. I believe she said she was kicked off the flight, or she was
Mm.
told that she had to get on another flight, and she would have been on that flight as well. It's just wow. Grand Miss, I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out that. Yes, there was a small plane crash that happened in PA as well. So,
Oh wow.
uh, yeah. If you send me the article, let me know. I'll do that.
I live in PA now. It's
Oh, you
crazy.
live in PA now? Wow,
Yeah, I
wow.
moved from New York to PA.
That's good. I wanted to move to PA. I wanted to move to, was it Scranton? I believe it was
Uh,
Scranton. Yeah. Yes. Or Wilkes-Barre? What I forgot. Yes, Nimrod. As humans, we have to take the bitter with the sweet. I agree. You think so, Grand Miss? I wonder if the helicopter has limited visibility range base, which could have been an issue too. It could have been. It really could have been for real. For real. Yo, Nimrod, you a fool. Listen, I don't know if I go. I don't know about that. Oh man, but uh, one thing that I must say, and guys, if you like to fly as much as I do,
mm,
we have to understand that anything can happen, and we may be afraid to fly now. A lot of people may be afraid to fly, but in my opinion, it's still the safest way to travel. More people die with car crashes and other incidents, but we just have to allow our elected officials who not, I wouldn't even say elected officials, the officials who will investigate this crash, allow them to investigate it, allow them to bring to a conclusion on what exactly happened and how it could have been prevented, so that our elected officials can make new laws around air traffic control or around airspaces, so that we can be better. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Yes, that's good. You like to fly too, Kai? That's very good. uh just, oh goodness gracious, just
what do you
sad
like flying? What do you like about flying?
for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends on the airline, right?
Yeah.
I like Southwest because, of course, they have good leg room,
Okay.
and I do like when they take off and you can see like it's like you're
Right.
so far up and you see the world in a different way. You're just like, wow, like you, it's like certain things when you're on the ground, you know, you see things, but when you're in the air and you see things like, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. And then I do like where you get certain food and stuff like that, little snacks and stuff. I do like that. But I also like to know that instead of me taking 12 hours, 14 hours to drive somewhere, I
Mhm.
can get somewhere within 2 hours. Let's say Chicago is 2 hours from me. And I took a plane to Atlanta. That is 2 hours from me. And for Jamaica, to go to Jamaica, it's about 4 hours. Yeah, about 4 hours.
Oh,
So
oh, no.
so I just like to know that instead of me having to travel days or say on a cruise, I can get somewhere, the same day or almost. So that's one of the things I love about flying. You know, Kai, what do you like about flying as well? And so
Good to
when you
know, because I
flow,
didn't
when
know it
you
had good leg room.
yes,
That's
yes,
what I
South,
don't like about flying.
yeah. So now, okay, what airlines did you fly before?
Right? I took American Airlines
Okay, all right.
last time. The first time I don't remember.
Okay, all right. So American, their airline, their for legroom is pretty decent. I like to go on like cheap flights with Google, and it'll give the description of
Mhm.
like the legroom. So Southwest has legroom of 32 inches, which is very good. JetBlue has 32 inches. I believe American Airlines has either 30-inch legroom. That little two that little 2 inches goes a lot. It does a lot. So you have to really we think about that. So I am not flying Frontier. I am not flying Spirit.
Oh,
Spirit
yeah,
was send
right.
Yeah, Spirit will send you to the upper room, and Frontier you're gonna go on an adventure with them, and I'm not doing it. Not doing it at all. So so those are two that I will go. So before I know that you did tell me that you have an appointment at 9.
No,
Uh,
I don't. It's just the kids. They want to watch a movie. Watch it and not be ready to do it anyway. So
okay, all right, cool,
so
cool,
I'm
cool. So
good
we
till like good 9:30.
all right, good, perfect. All right, perfect. So we can go to the next uh news feed that I want to talk about,
Oh,
which
Kyrie, he said I only fly first class.
I got your
Go
Kai.
ahead,
Go ahead with yourself.
right?
so, so Kai's one of the people that I passed to go to the back to go to the economy, and, and she just looking at me like, shit, go in the back, go in the back. Oh, the night. Okay, all right, cool. All
Yeah.
right. Oh, so you can afford it off season. Okay,
Okay.
all
I
right.
didn't
So
know.
you don't fly all the time. So okay, you're not one of them. What's the rich people that pompous look at you like, listen, go yourself in the back while you eating Grey Poupon or something like that, huh? So all right, no problem, no problem. All right, so what we're gonna do is we will get to our next news feed,
Yeah,
which
immigration. That's a heavy topic. Is
oh
that
yes,
what you're
yes,
talking
yes, we're going to talk about immigration. It's crazy.
about?
Look at Kais. Kais said, "I'll fake it."
Oh my god!
Grand Mrs. Funny. It's like Kai enjoying her first class meal while the rest of us share our pack of pretzels
Right?
with the rest of the plane. Facts.
The
Oh
California
yes.
community, they funny.
Yeah. Oh God, I love them. I love it. I love
Yeah.
each and every one of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about immigration. I have two videos about immigration, and then I have an article because a lot of Caribbean people they're a little bit afraid and worried about the things that's going on. So we're gonna get through this first two videos, and then we're going to talk about how the we're going to talk about some of the things that's going on and who's actually on the list of being deported and why they're being deported. So
Okay.
we'll get to it. So let's get to this video right here. All right.
Now, back on the first 100 days, federal agents taking to the skies as they patrol the southern border. Got a first-hand look now at all the high-tech equipment used to detect smugglers and migrants, and apparently it's working. Brooke Taylor has the exclusive report. She's in El Paso, Texas today. Brooke, what you find out?
Hi, Bill. Yeah, we got this exclusive helicopter ride in the middle of the night during the peak hours where the most migrants are trying to cross over illegally. It was pitch black out there. So what these migrants didn't realize, we were 5 miles away and we could still see their every move.
Wow.
We just had 3 come through a breach right here. You can see their buddies on the south side. We're able to talk these 2 ATV units right in there to make the apprehension.
The agents with the air and marine operations have night vision goggles on as they monitor a live camera feed. They were able to spot one group of migrants just miles away because of the light on one of their cell phones, the feed overlaid with a mapping software. These agents, they also use lasers that are only visible through their goggles. They can point the laser at a target. It locks onto its coordinates, allowing them to give the exact location to Border Patrol agents. The agents say with more manpower and help on the ground now, they were able to respond to more of these encounters.
What we're watching right now is one migrant just crawled through the border wall. We're giving him some leeway right now because if Border Patrol agents come now, he'll just run to the Mexican side and they want to catch him.
They won't catch him?
Our crew on the ground.
They said that they want to catch him. So well, maybe from this little hole right here, he got through. Listen, I understand people want to come to this country, but the more people that come illegally, it really hurts the people who are waiting to try to get visas, trying to get their life situated, because we have all these immigrants that's coming in and it's causing a lot of issues. But things are a little bit better now. They are enforcing the law, which I agree with. Because I mean, hey, if you want to come to work, I understand that a lot of people want to come to work, but there's a lot of criminals who have made it their mission to come here and to cause even more trouble. So I do agree that people should be able to come here and be able to work and stuff like that, but do it the legal way. Get a work visa, and where you'll be able to know that you don't have to worry about working underneath the books. You can actually work, and make some money and do whatever you need to do with it. But how do you feel about it? Beatrice?
I definitely feel the same way in terms of that. I have like my personal, like I have people from Haiti that do live here now, and they're under visas as well. So yeah, I definitely understand the legal aspect of it. I have my own thing where I feel like the way the U.S. goes about letting people into their country so differently than other countries. If you go to Europe, you can't stay there for a certain amount of time. You can't just buy a home out there. I feel like America, it's like they pimp themselves out.
Oh yeah, I like what you just said. You're right. You're right.
They could buy homes. The people in the U.S. right now, it's like we already are tainted with our credit, with our debt, and all of that. But
yes,
they could come here and they have a clean slate, no debt, no nothing, and they'll be able to buy homes. They'll be more, if they go about it right, they could be more financially stable than the people that are here right now.
Yes, I agree.
Crazy.
It is,
and it's America. U.S. They, like I said, they pimp themselves out. They just to the highest bidder.
I feel that, and I'm glad that you said that about America pimping itself out. That's the perfect way to say it, because in my opinion, I feel that it should not be where people from other countries are so easy to be able to buy property here, and then if they buy the property here, they can use it as a tax haven. A lot of times they're not living here, so now the property sits empty while us people who are here who want to buy property. Now we have to go and fight them. Then we have to fight people who has way more money, these corporations and stuff. It's just ridiculous. It really is. It really is ridiculous. I'm glad that you brought that up. Very good. Let's get back to this video real quick.
Got video of where the migrants cut through the border wall before they were captured. A 19-year-old from Mexico and another man from Guatemala apprehended.
Wow.
And not only are the encounters down here in the El Paso sector, but also the number of gotaways. So these are the migrants who are successfully evading capture. The night before our ride along on Wednesday, Border Patrol agents told us they had 0 gotaways. That is the first time in years, Bill.
Wow. Oh.
Wow.
Brooke Taylor, thank you. Exclusive report.
That's good. That's good. So they are ramping up their enforcement, and a lot of people are not getting away. That is very good. Now, what I want to do is I want to get to this another video that is going to talk about how court backlogs is slowing down migrants being deported. So let's get to this video real quick.
With a new administration in office, many migrants are flooding the court system trying to obtain legal status.
All right, Fox 5's Jessica Formosa joins us now with a closer look at the process and how long it can take. Jessica.
Well, the short answer there is many, many years it could take. Now, Natasha, the last year, the Executive Office of Immigration Review received nearly 1.8 million new immigration cases. With that said, the year ended with a backlog of more than 3 million cases. In recent days, we have seen the Trump administration arresting and deporting criminals, but by law, before they can deport them, they are required to have the final order of removal issued by an immigration court. Those courts, however, are understaffed, causing the massive backlogs. Take a look. Outside the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office in Lower Manhattan, line stretches around the corner on this frigid morning. It's 19 degrees outside, but that doesn't matter. Men, women, and children arriving as early as 5 a.m. Some covered in blankets, all here for the same reason, to figure out the next steps in their immigration case.
I need to check with ICE officer.
With all his documents in this folder, Jefferson Schaefer from Venezuela is no stranger to this line. 3 years ago was his first appointment with ICE. Now he's back again.
Ya vine mi primera cita en el 2022.
I came to my first appointment in 2022, and now this is my second appointment in 2025. I don't know what will happen today. The first time I came, they stamped my documents. A similar situation just half a block away at Immigration Court, where migrants lined up to see a judge and or tried to speak with an attorney for legal advice.
¿Ha sido difícil el proceso?
It has been a very difficult process, very difficult. I've been here for a year and I still can't get a lawyer.
Muy complicado.
Very complicated. A complicated and long process indeed. Immigration court dealing with a massive backlog of millions of cases. According to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, in fiscal year 2023, it reduced its backlog for the first time in over a decade. However, that backlog was still over 4 million.
This is among the worst backlogs I'm seeing in my career.
It's crazy.
Naresh Gehi is.
And you know, the sad thing about it is with all the backlog that's going on, you have people who, as I said, applied for visas. You have people who are going through situations where they are doing it the right way, but because this backlog with all of the immigrants who came into this country, especially Federal Plaza, that's Lower Manhattan. I used to drop, as an accessory driver, I used to drop off workers who worked there. And it was a backlog back then. And it's much, much worse now to see what's going on. This is just ridiculous. It really, really is. It really, really is. This is very, very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah, it is sad too.
No, goodness gracious. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is an immigration attorney. He's been practicing law for nearly 25 years. He represents many of the newly arrived migrants. He says people could wait years for legal status.
So average are looking at 3 to 4 years for sure at this stage. And the backlog can become, longer too.
We had under the Trump administration, There was a tremendous amount of backlog because there was no prosecutorial discretion in the immigration court. Every client case that was in court had to be heard. Then we had COVID. We didn't have court for quite some time, and then cases were taken off the docket. Some cases still have not been placed back on the docket. And we obviously had, a lot of a surge in immigration over the last few years.
Another reason, too many people entering the country all at
A
once
mess.
and not
Yes.
enough judges to hear the cases in a timely manner.
The first step is, if he feels that he's going to be persecuted in his home country, then he applies for political asylum. After 5 months from the receipt of the political asylum application, then you're allowed to apply for a work permit.
After that, Gahey says it could take another 5 months to get a working permit. Sometime in that year is when you will be asked to appear in front of a judge for the first time. Now, if you are seeking asylum, you have to apply within the first year of your arrival.
If you do not apply within 1 year, then generally, your chances of winning asylum become pretty slim.
And while they wait to know their fate, rain, cold, or shine, standing on this line gives them hope, a chance to someday obtain a legal status.
Tiene su proceso, digamos, complicado.
It's a process, a complicated one, but it's not impossible.
The immigration attorney stressed that by no means one should skip any court proceedings. If you miss even one, a judge could order your removal. Also, having an attorney, they say, is key to navigate this complex system.
Yeah, you mentioned it's like a 3 or 4 year process. What if someone's in the middle of it? They've done everything they're supposed to. What are their odds of being able to stay in the country going forward?
Well, believe it or not, we still don't know until the entire process is completed, because it's up to the judge. And the problem that we're seeing now is that there are not enough judges in the system to be able to help all these people. So, I mean, yes, you may have a really good chance, like Jefferson there. He's been in here, he's been with the process already 3 years, and he believes that within the end of this year, beginning of next year, he should be okay.
Yeah.
But it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, it's definitely
not guaranteed at all. And this is the things that's going on, where you have so many people that are trying to apply for political asylum, and they are just in the waves of trying to get things going. And like they said about COVID put a lot of backlogs in. So there's a lot of people that's in limbo, and we just don't know. It's a lot of craziness going on. But it also would show that even with all these people, you still have people who are trying to do it the legal way, trying to apply for visas. And because of that backlog, because of this backlog here, you have even further backlog where people are waiting. They've been waiting for years, and they still haven't gotten through. One time when I was going to Chicago, a person from Egypt picked me up, and he told me that he applied for his wife 4 years ago. 4 years ago, and his wife is still not in this country. And it's just
That's
sad.
crazy.
It's
I feel
beyond
like
crazy.
there's a lot of layers to it too.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like they're making a lot of money off of this.
Oh yes.
The
Oh
attorneys,
yes.
who you better become an attorney or a judge.
Oh yeah.
To even get money from this. I feel like they're making money from that.
Oh yes.
And just why they come into this country. I feel like America, they are always in different countries, toppling different leaders in different countries, destroying these different countries, and then they're coming over here,
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yes. It's just sad. It's just
a lot
sad.
of money grabbing.
It's just sad. Oh yes, and it is a lot of money grabbing for real. I definitely agree with you. So we have another person that wants to come on. Give me a thumbs up if you want to come on, Supergirl. Let me know if you're ready. All right. How you doing? It seems that my show, I'm getting quite a few people that want to come on. This is excellent.
Got the ladies tonight.
Yeah,
Hey, Supergirl.
no guys want to come on. It's 2 against 1. Nobody, like, what's going on? No guys wants to help me out. Come on now, I'm here by myself. How you doing, Supergirl? Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you. No, thank you. Good. Do you have anything to say about the recent news feed about immigration? Do you have anything to talk about?
Um, my input on it is basically that I don't know who started the whole thing whereby someone can seek asylum in somebody else's country. It was a good initiative, but as you can see, the backlash comes whereby there are going to be persons who are going to lie to get into America, and
True.
then they commit crimes, and then they make it back for the actual persons who are trying to seek a better life. So
I
I
agree.
cannot say that I agree or nor disagree with what the president is doing because he's trying to make America safe for actual
Mhm.
American citizens and also for persons who are trying to make a better life.
I
My
agree.
question is basically for persons who are seeking asylum, what becomes of them? Like, are they also going to get deported?
Well,
Are you going to like look past the situation and decide, um, we already gave them asylum, just leave them?
so from what I know, and this is what Tom Homan has said, the borders are. This is what Trump has said. They're mainly going to focus on the immigrants who are committing crimes because they don't have the funding to go after everyone, and they're really not going to go after everyone. And I'm glad that you mentioned about that right there because I have a couple of other articles I want to talk about where they're going to, where a lot of Caribbean people feel scared because they feel they're going to go after them, but they're really going to go after people who have committed crimes and people who are just coming in to the country, like in the video before where I showed that the border enforcement are now making sure that people who are coming in, they're trying to enforce that. But the people who have gotten asylum already, they are not going to really go after them. They got political asylum, and they're just going to be able to live their lives, get work permits, and try to make a better life for themselves in this country.
Okay, so what happens to persons who, I remember seeing a news feed whereby he said that no child that is born in the United States will no longer um, be given citizenship. So basically, you to somebody who doesn't live in America, they like myself, you go over there, you happen to get pregnant, you still gotta your child still belongs to wherever you came from. They're not gonna take ownership for that child.
No, they can't do that. Under the 14th Amendment, every child that's born, whether it's from an American or a person from another country, if they're born in this country, they are a U.S. citizen. They cannot be taken away. Now, if you're born here, if you have a child here in an American hospital, you have to apply for an American birth certificate and get social security number and all that stuff. So they will not take that away from you.
Okay, and do you believe that it's gonna be more difficult for persons who may have recently, when I say recently, I mean like within 6 months to a year before Trump came in, do you believe that persons who got married or probably are seeking to get married will be able to get through? Do you
Well,
think
if
he's gonna change that policy whereby you have to go back to your country even if you're married to the person and wait?
so, it depends. If you are here illegally, meaning that you didn't come through customs when you take a plane or a boat or whatever here and you go through customs. If a person gets married to an American citizen, once they go through the paperwork, they may have to go back to their country and wait out the situation to get their green card and all that stuff. If you are here if you got through customs and everything, let's say on a tourist visa, they may allow you to stay, but they still may say that you have to go back and you have to wait for the process. So it's mainly just a luck of the draw, to be honest with you.
Now, saying something and ensuring that something is done is two different things, because they can verbally say to somebody that, hey, you're on a visitor's visa, because legally, if you overstay the 6 months, you become illegal because your paperwork didn't come in as yet. So
Yes,
they can say, yes, you have to go back within your 6 months, but do they actually carry out a search to ensure that people actually go back home? Or
that
do they just tell you, hey, you need to leave in 6 months and that's it?
that's the thing. If you haven't committed a crime and you're just here, they're not really going after you. They're going after the people who committed crimes or who are in the system. Most immigrants are not in the system. We don't know that they're here. So if you overstayed your visa, that's what you're saying, but you get married, let's say you get married within the 6 months of your visa, then technically you did not overstay your visa before you got married. So that would pretty much allow you to be able to stay in this country. I will do a video about that because that's a very good question. I
Is it
will
that
do a
quick?
video about that.
That quick in 6 months? Is it
I didn't hear
that
what you
fast?
said. Say that again.
You actually get your paperwork within 6 months?
No, I'm saying if you were to get married within the
Mhm.
6 months before your travel visa ends,
Mhm.
then you should be able to stay in this country. But I don't really quote me on it. I will have to do more research so that I can give you the right information. I will make a video about it so that we can go from there.
Okay. Okay. I just
Right?
asked because the way I see it, it's tricky, because even though you get married to the person and your paperwork doesn't come true, legally you can still be labeled as illegal, because who's to say that your paperwork might be approved, and
That's
then you
true.
end up overstaying your time and then
Mhm.
you actually become illegal. So
True. But if you're married to a US citizen, I would suggest, and this is where people have to understand, to do it the right way, even if you get married, you should leave the country and wait till everything gets processed, because you don't want to be in a situation like what Supergirl said, where you are in limbo and you don't know, and anything can happen. So I totally agree with you that I think it's best that if you get married, I would say talk to immigration first to find out if you can be legalized to stay, because it's going to take a while. It could take up to a year to get your green card. So you have to just make sure that you are doing things the right way before anything happens. Right? Let's get to the chat. Beatrice, do you have anything to say? How do you feel about this situation? How do you feel about the question that she asks?
Yeah, I think those were great questions. I'm like, you the immigration philosopher.
Yeah. I
Cause she
I
asking,
tried.
she putting up
I
asking
listen.
some questions.
I'm trying my best. I did a lot of research before
Mhm.
I chose these topics, so I wanted to
Yeah.
just make sure that and I was hoping somebody asked a similar question, like with the thank you Supergirl for asking the question. But I was actually also scared if somebody asked the question, because I didn't want to give the wrong information. So
I
I was
hear
like,
that. I feel you.
let me make sure I study a little bit so that I can answer some basic questions. All right.
Right.
So let's get to some of the comments. All right. Let's see. Nimrod says, okay, the desire is truly incredible. In spite of the crackdown, people are still willing to take drastic measures. Yes, people want to come to this country. People want to be able to get a better life. I totally agree. I totally agree with you. Grand Miss says it doesn't help that places like Venezuela, President emptied its jails to do this and don't want to take them back. Well, they're going to take them back. They're going to take them back. Okay. Um, yes, we do have a court backlog. It's crazy. I didn't know that. All right. Grandma says his next step, go back home and the story. But if they are
We don't
criminals,
be
meaning that
doing
they, yeah, listen, send them back home. I agree with you. Okay. Kai says that, yes, dang, it takes funds to fight to send them back. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. For real. For real. Grandma said the backlog is never going to end. It's not, because people are always going to come into this country, you know.
Yeah.
Now, Grand Miss is at first major criminals, then basically everyone else who crossed in the past few years. Asylum doesn't count. I agree with you with the criminals, but America, and Bay, you can chime in, and Supergirl, you could chime in on this as well. America is a country that needs immigrants. I know that people may not think about it, but there's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of industries, I would say, that 50% or maybe even more of the workforce are immigrants. So tell me, Bear, I want to start with you. Tell me, how do you feel about that? Do you think that they should kick everybody out, or do you think that they should just focus on the criminals and go from there?
I definitely think they should focus on the criminals and then go from there. I think that they shouldn't honestly feel safe. The ones that aren't criminals either, because you never know, they could come for them too. And I definitely agree with you when you say that, because I was watching a video of a farmer. He said it's the biggest hidden secret that most of our workers, over 50-60% of our workers, are immigrants. So or illegal immigrants. And how it's just going to cause a domino effect in those industries. You know, if
Yes.
they don't come to work, then then food there's going to be a shortage of food. Things are going to get spoiled because they're not coming to work. And some people, people in America, they want a living wage to do those jobs. So then it's going to cause inflation. That's
I
what I
agree.
think.
I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. Supergirl, I just unmuted you. How do you feel about the situation? Do you feel that they should just focus on criminals? And do you feel that, or they should just focus on everybody and get everybody out? How do you feel about that?
The big question is, why does the mass majority of America's workforce depend on immigrants? That's the big question. Is it, well, and I is it? I know for a fact that it's one of the reasons is because it's a little less cheaper to pay them, either below minimum wage or exactly at minimum wage. So why aren't Americans actually going out for these jobs? That's the big
Oh,
question. So at the end of the day, America has put itself in a position to be dependent on immigrants.
Yeah.
You're right.
So that's
Well,
the big. I always wonder why each and every country all over the world, people cannot just live in their own countries, and it's because everybody doesn't have the same leader, and some people just think about their selfish needs when they run a country, whereby some people who are trying to do good they get run over. So people are, for generations, people have been going to other countries to try to see if they, especially if the country's currency is more higher, they're gonna try and go there to see if they're gonna, be able to make more money and have a better income, provide for their family. So can America set all of these things in motions for people to come into their country? So now to kick them out, yes, it's going to take a drastic toll on them financially, especially the businesses and these things that rely on these people. So the best thing to do is to just get rid of the criminals, which would have not been the one that actually contributing to society or to the community in general. They were the ones that were taken away. So the best thing to do is to get rid of them.
well, I would say that it's a lot of, listen. You brought up a valiant point about America needing the labor because they can pretty much hire them at minimum wage or even below minimum wage. It's it's sad that a lot of Americans don't want to do a job. I'll be honest with you, I don't want to pick grapes or strawberries or oranges and stuff like that. I don't got time for that. Okay. Now, if the pay was good, I'd be like, all right, okay, cool. If you give me proper equipment and I'm trained, I would do it. But I don't know. Okay, so I am thankful and I am grateful that there are people who are doing those jobs, because there's a lot of rough jobs out there. And so I really appreciate that. But I feel one of the main reasons is because of the pay. I think there will be more Americans who would want to do the job if the pay wasn't so low. But because the pay is low, we have produce or certain things that are not astronomically priced. So think about this. So like in New York, I'll give you an example. In New York, you might have sometimes where you see grapes on sale for $2 a pound. Okay. If they were actually paying people like a living wage, we might have grapes for $5 a pound. I would not be buying grapes if I saw it for that much. Shoot, I don't even want to buy grapes when I see it for $3 a pound. I'm like, no, I'll wait for it to go on. Okay, I don't got time for that. All right, and in other countries, you might see grapes for a lot of money. I mean, like I've seen, like one time I went to Jamaica and I saw a small little pack of grapes that was like a quarter of a pound, was like the equivalent of $4. And I said, hold up. So if I want to buy a whole pound, I'm gonna be paying 12 US. I said, oh hell no, you can keep it, it's yours. I'm not paying for that when in America it's much cheaper. But no, I wouldn't do that. But I understand why things are going, but I feel that we as Americans and people all across the world, we have to kind of be able to come together and not do things illegally, meaning that we're causing crime and stuff like that. If you want to come to the country, I understand, but just be prepared to know how things go and try to do things correctly. I want to get to
because crime comes from greed. So once you have people who are, as we say over here, either they're envious or they bad mind people for what they have, or they're lazy, because laziness is a sign that you don't want to go out to get what you want, but you have that energy to go steal it from somebody else. So the crime is inevitable, but it's all about screening people the right way before you let them into your country.
Yes.
Even if they're seeking certain privileges, you try to see how best you can get certain records of them before you just send them out, and have them roam in the streets.
I agree.
And I think once somebody does a particular crime for us to offend, they should be sent home. Why keep them there and rearresting them, and each time they go in and out of jail and these kind of things? Just send them home. It gives people the mindset that, hey, if I mess up the first time, I'm going to get sent back home.
I agree. I agree. I was just gonna ask, Bay, is everything okay? Because I don't see you on the screen. So just
You don't see
give me
me
an
at
answer.
all?
No, it's dark out. It's dark.
Ah, that's weird. Yeah, and for some reason it's like you guys are so low. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't. I thought that you were. I thought that you were going. I thought that you were doing something, so I had muted you. But unless you want to
now?
No, I can't. So if you want to try to turn off your, yeah, because it just went dark. I don't see it at all.
All right, let me leave out and I'll come back in.
No problem. No problem. All right. Yeah. So I feel. Let's get to some of the comments real quick. Let's see. So, Grand Miss, this guy is funny. He said a lot of people are looking for a quick marriage to become legal just to divorce afterwards. I mean, okay, yes, there's some people who do that. All right, but there's people who really fall in love with each other and they want to do their thing. That's understandable. Okay, I agree with you where it says wage increases since the 30s and 40s. I believe if minimum wage was to actually go by inflation, yes, we could see much better. Excellent.
Okay.
Yes. I believe if minimum wage was actually increased with the rate of inflation, minimum wage would be about $12, $13 by now. And it's just ridiculous. It's not happening. Okay. Yes, you said plus factories and such closing throughout the decades. That has caused a lot of problems with jobs and stuff like that. Kai says, why are the Haitians being killed trying to go to Miami, but everybody else come over here on royalty cruise lines? I'm going to say this, and I'm glad that you asked this question. One of the main reasons why you have a lot of Haitian immigrants being told either not to come into the country. We have seen it over the years where Haitians will try to come in and they'll be denied or they'll be beaten, stuff like that. It's because the Cuban immigrants, they have a stronghold in Florida, especially in Miami. If people want their people, like, okay, I'm part Jamaican, I'm part Trinidadian, we have to come together as a people here to give our people somewhere to go where they can come in legally, where they go through the process. They don't have to worry about coming in and trying to fight and trying to say that they're running away, political asylum and stuff like that. We know how already what's going on in Haiti. We know, I believe it's one of the guys, I think his name is Barbecue and stuff like that, where parts of Haiti is taken over by the gangs and stuff like that. And I forgot what country had to send military in Haiti. Bay, if you know a little bit about this, you can help me out. I really appreciate it. But I know Haiti is going through a lot. Okay. I think that what we as people from Caribbean descent, we really need to help our brothers and sisters out more instead of just hoping that the U.S. government will just take everybody in, because it's not going to go like that, especially if you're not coming here on a visa, because they have ways of, like with Cubans, they have ways of just, I don't want to use the word, but I'm just going to have to say it, smuggling them in and hiding them, and they be able to just integrate into society. But a lot of other countries don't really have that network that will be able to make sure that they integrate into society. But like, it's 2025. You don't want to have to be living your whole life without having the proper paperwork. So I would just suggest that people should go through it the right way so that they can be able to get their proper paperwork and not have to really worry about it. Whether it's finding someone who loves you and marry you, and you can marry a U.S. citizen and you be able to go through it that way, or going through the process of getting work visas and stuff like that and coming in and doing what needs to be done. That's how I look at it, and I would say that that's how it should be. Grandman said, I don't think they would want to even do it, even if the pay was more, not when there are so many other opportunities available. True. I agree with you, but
Oh, it's the Supergirl Beatrice show. I don't know what happened.
Well, let's continue the show.
Oh, there's some that.
It just my screen restarted. I'm sorry. So let me get back to what I was saying. You guys hear me? You hear me? Good. Thumbs up if you get me. Excellent. All right. Perfect. So what I was saying was that if the pay is $20, $30 an hour, I'm gonna be honest with you, I would do it. Okay. Now it depends on the job now. Okay. If I'm not gonna be working at night, I don't got time for that. I would work in the daytime. I don't mind picking grapes. I don't mind picking strawberries, but give me the proper, the proper materials and stuff to work on. Yeah, I understand it's a lot of background noise, but it's okay. We're gonna try to get to next time, guys. When we coming on, try to get like earpieces or like headphones so that you can hear me on the headphones and not have to hear me on your computer or devices that you're listening to.
Yeah,
All
my
right.
apologies. You know where I'm living, so
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable.
Got you. Yeah, that's why I mute myself.
Yeah, yeah, and
Just
it's
in case.
cool. It's cool. All right. So let's see. Graham is talking about speaking of smuggling stories, sent an article. You did, yes, thank you. And I read, I was like, goodness gracious. I really appreciate all the articles. Yeah, we're gonna get the background noise situated. All right. So let me see if I can pull up this article here. I don't know if all three can be on the screen, but I'm going to see if it will work. It's a, let me see, not that one. I believe it's this one right here. Okay. Excellent. So all three of us can be on the screen. All right, perfect. So let me do it this way. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Okay. All right, good. Perfect. So all three of us can be on the screen. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So you know what? I will just do it this way. I'm going to hide this and let me see if I can edit this real quick. No, I cannot edit it. I'm trying to. Okay, all right, that's cool. I can leave it just like that. All right, so this article right here discusses how a lot of Caribbean nationals await deportation orders, ICE data reveals. And it's a short article, but we're going to get through it. So, guys, let me know if you guys can see the article or if you want me to blow it up a little bit more. Let me see if I can. Uh-oh. Let me know if that's clear. Can you guys see it? Is it okay? Good. All right.
I can
Perfect.
see it.
Perfect. All right, Supergirl, can you see the article?
no, I can't see it. But you can go ahead and read.
All right. Okay. No problem. All right. So all right. So I'll read some, and then Babe, if you Beatrice, if you want to read some, you can as well. All right. So I'm going to start it off.
Sure.
All right. Jamaicans are among thousands of Caribbean nationals scheduled for forceful removal from the United States as the Trump administration makes good on promises to clamp down on illegal immigration. Some 5,120 undocumented, nine detained Jamaicans are facing deportation orders as of November 2024, according to statistics provided by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Forced mass expulsions of Jamaican nationals under ICE enforcement and removal operations have jumped nearly 1,400, well, I'm just rounding off 1,500%. Our today checks have uncovered, up from 446 deportations in 2024 financial year, which began in October 2023 and ended last September. Embargo ravaged Cuba will have the greatest influx of repatriations across the Caribbean, with 42,000 removal orders up to November 2024, followed by Haiti, 32,000, Dominican Republic, let's round off to 13,000, Jamaica, 5,000, a little bit over 5,000, and Guyana, 1,236, rounding out the five most affected countries. Just Tuesday, January 28th, ICE reported over 969 single day arrests as raids were conducted in several states, including New York, Georgia, and Florida, areas where sections of the Jamaican diaspora are concentrated. Now, I'm just going to say this. If you are here, you came with a visa and you overstayed your visa, yes, you can be put on that list of forced removal. And what will happen is, depending on how long you stayed, if you stayed, let's say your visa expired and you stayed within that 6 months, and if you are caught, let's say you do something wrong and you are caught, they will ban you, I believe it's for a year. If you leave willingly, they will not ban you. But if they catch you, they will ban you. If it's over 6 months, I believe if it's 6 months to a year, it's for a year. And if it's over a year, they can ban you for up to 10 years. So if you are here illegally, or if you came with a visa and then you overstayed, you got to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. It has to be a reason why you overstayed. If it's a reason like you got married or something like that, that's a legal reason. If it's a reason that you got sick and you were getting health care, that's a legal reason. If you were just trying to be slick and trying to do your thing, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna be like, nope, they're gonna send you back home. So a lot of my Jamaican brothers and sisters, there's been things that have been said wrong and stuff like that, and saying that Trump is just coming after people. Most of the people that they're going after and that are being deported or going to be deported are criminals, Jamaican criminals, okay, or Guyanese criminals. So you have to understand that. All right, but that's what I want to say. Let's go down. Okay, so Beatrice, do you want to read, or can you see it? And if anything,
Sure, I just gotta come in real close.
all right, I'm sorry
Oh
for
no, no,
that.
no, not even. I can zoom in actually. Homeland
Okay, good.
Security Secretary Kristi Noem joined in an immigration enforcement operation that arrested several people in New York City yesterday, with reports of officers receiving arrest quotas through ICE has not provided detailed statistics on the arrests of alleged criminal offenders since Trump took office. Now, you can see the breakdown of removals by citizens from Central America and the Caribbean.
All right, you got
Yeah.
Antigua, Aruba, Bahamas,
El
Barbados,
Salvador got
Belize.
over 200,000. It's crazy.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing: they focus.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. El Salvador over 200,000. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna focus on us because listen, I'm Jamaican descent. My mother's from Jamaica. My father, God rest his soul, was from Trinidad. I'm gonna focus on Jamaicans, but we have to understand that there's a lot more people from other countries that they going after. So they're not just going after us black folks. Okay, so I know it may seem like it, but there are people from other countries that they're not playing any games with, because most
Mm-hmm.
times, and this is something that I mean it was a joke that they used to say, but they used to say that people from the West Indies, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, and stuff like that, that we would have like 12 jobs and stuff like that. So we are hardworking people. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times they don't really go after that. But if you are a criminal, they will come after you. They will come after you. Look at people from Mexico, 252,000,
Yeah.
Honduras, 261,000, Haiti, 32,000, Nicaragua, 46,000. Look at that. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
this is the people that this is the amount of people that's on the list, and this is as of November 2024. So this is the
Mm.
list from Uncle Biden. This is not a current list with Uncle Trump. So it could be more than that. So we have to go through that. So how do you guys feel about this? Uh, Beatrice, how do you feel about
Yeah.
with a lot of these citizens
Mm-hmm.
or people from countries going to be deported? How do you feel about it?
I'm hoping, just like you said, it's more so the criminal side. I'm a little
Mhm.
sensitive to it. Just like you said, you have family from Jamaica. I have family from Haiti that has come up here through, and it's funny, they call it the Biden thing. They be like, oh, yeah, through Biden. That's literally what they call it. They don't even know what it is, but they like, yeah, I'm gonna get through it through Biden. And they came. And I'm just
Wow.
worried that just like human beings, like regular, like people that I gotta tell them, hey, remember your appointment, remember to do this, that they're not gonna remember, hey, 6 months, just like you said, you gotta stay on top of your stuff. So
Yes.
it's like you gotta remind those family and friends that you do have that are on these visas that came on the Biden stuff. It opens my eyes to let them know, hey, to stay diligent, because they're uh you know most of the time they won't be,
Yeah.
sadly, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Supergirl, how do you feel about it?
Well, deep down, I don't want to believe that the numbers that they have to get. I don't want to believe that all of those persons are criminals. I guess I want to believe that some of them um were not actual criminals, but
Mhm.
they're on that list due to the fact that they did overstay their time. and
that's
maybe
the thing.
they have
Uh,
no documentation whatsoever, passport expired, everything expired,
mhm,
maybe it's one of the reasons why they're on that list.
mhm.
They said what was it? 1,000, was it 1,000?
For Diana, 1,236.
Okay, that was for kids, or was it something else?
No, so this is the number. This is the breakdown of removals
Mhm.
by
Well, their
citizens from
population
Central.
is like 800,000. So them setting back 1,200 people still ain't gonna make a million.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think Ghana more than has space for them, but it's just that people have given up their lives over in their country. So to
Yeah.
them, there was no idea that they would ever return back home to live permanently.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure some of them probably just forgot about their country altogether.
Well,
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is the number of people who are on the list, meaning that it could be many things. They overstayed their visa. Some of them are criminals, yes, and those people, when they're caught, they will be removed. But the majority of these people, and I could be wrong, I don't think that they're going to be deported back to their country because, like you said, they set up lives here. And this article here is focused on Central America and the Caribbean. There's people from Europe. There's people from Russia. There's people from China. It's a lot of people that are on this list. I saw other articles where they have millions of people from China and stuff that they know is here, and they're on the list of removal, but because they may be in their network of in their community network, you won't even find them because a lot of people are not cooperating to say, oh yes, well this person is here illegal, that person is here illegal. So a lot of these numbers here are not really going to be people that they are looking out to deport. It's just going to be criminals first, and then you're going to see a slowdown because the major criminals have been deported and just going from there. So a lot of people shouldn't really be afraid. I don't think that it's going to be a mass deportation. I could be wrong, but
I think you can have it limits. If they
yeah.
can be look, let's say somebody, regardless of what country they came from, and they've been in America, and let's say they're holding down a job, they have no run-ins with the law in no form whatsoever, and they went to get their little tax stuff, and they're paying tax, and they're contributing to the development of the United States because they're paying their tax. I don't think you should deport somebody like that. You can probably set up a system where you could try to get them legalized, rather than to have them deported. But if there is somebody, let's say, I know they're going to want to deport some people who are living off of the system, because a lot of people go to the United States with the mindset that they will take advantage of the system and live off of it. So if they see that this person is not fit to continue to receive benefits from the system, they might consider deportation for them as well. I
Yeah.
just believe if you're gonna go in somebody else's country, go there to actually work. Go to if you're not going on vacation, if you're going on vacation, go have your fun and head back home. If you're going there to try to seek a better life, go work. Don't get yourself involved with illegal stuff or anything like that. Just go and do what you gotta do.
I agree. I agree. Uh, Beatrice, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I agree with that. I understand what
Yeah.
you mean about that.
Yeah. If you come to this country and you want a better life, just be on the up and up, work and do what you got to do. I totally agree with that right there. I'm going to share one last article before we close it out. Uh, I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna mute you, Supergirl, and then we'll after the article we'll have the conversation. So this is from guys. Please let me know if you guys can see it. I'll try to see if I can make it a little larger. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yes, good, perfect. All right, this is from the Jamaica Observer. That's one of the great news feeds or articles that or news organizations that's in Jamaica. Really appreciate them. I try to read them from time to time. All right. It says a government in dialogue with U.S. partners amid deportation scare. All right. amid Amid unconfirmed reports that 5,120 Jamaicans with questionable accidents, oh goodness gracious, antecedents are targeted for removal in raids by U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE. The Jamaican government has indicated the National Security Council is fine-tuning its response while at the same time assuring that there is ongoing dialogue between the administration and its American counterparts. Speaking, let me see if I can increase this because this, there we go. Yes. Speaking at the weekly post cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House in St. Andrew on Wednesday, Information Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, in responding to media queries about the freezing of aid and deportations, which have heralded the return of American President Donald Trump to office, said the dialogue has started. The National Security Council met last week, Thursday, and they are looking at these matters. So we have not been ignorant of them. We have been looking at them. We have been assessing them. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been in constant dialogue with our U.S. partners, and the minister, Senator Kamina Johnson Smith, will be given further updates in very short order in relation to this, Morris Dixon stated. Please rest assured that up to the level of the National Security Council, we have been looking at these matters and developing positions in relation to our response to them, and members of the media will definitely be the first to hear in relation to our responses to what is happening on those fronts, she added. Trump began his second term on January 20th with a flood of executive actions aimed at revamping U.S. immigration. His administration quickly moved to ramp up deportations by, among other things, relaxing rules governing enforcement actions at sensitive locations such as schools, churches, and workplaces. I doubt they're going to go through schools unless there's a criminal there, but that's neither here or there. On January 28th, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt answered questions about ICE deportations during the first press briefing of Trump's second term, said the president has said countless times that he is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national who illegally entered the United States of America, you are by definition a criminal, and therefore you are subject to deportation. That is just like what I said. If you come to this country illegally, meaning you came through the Mexico border, and you came through and you got away from Border Patrol and you did not come through U.S. Customs, you are a criminal. If you came through customs, meaning that you took a plane or a boat and you came through, gave them your passport, they stamped your passport, you told them why you were here, they technically you overstayed. So if you overstay your visa, you're not a criminal because you came through here legally. They're not going to come after you. If you came through the Mexico border, yeah, they're going to come after you. If you commit a crime while you have overstayed your visa, then yes, you are a criminal. But as it clearly states, it says here, if you are an individual, a foreign national who illegally entered the United States of America, you are by definition a criminal, and therefore you are subject to deportation. So please, my Jamaican brothers and sisters, my Trinidadian brothers and sisters, my Guyanese brothers and sisters, understand if you come with a visa, and even if you overstay, chances are they ain't coming after you. Okay? Unless you do something stupid. That's all I gotta say about that. The president has also said two things can be true at the same time. We want to deport illegal criminals. illegal immigrants from this country, but the president has said, of course, the illegal criminal drug dealers, the rapists, the murderers, the individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE. But it doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals entering our nation's borders are off the table, she declared. Like I said before, if you enter illegally through the Mexican border or Canadian border, there's a chance that they'll come after you. But if you have a visa, it's different. On Wednesday, Managing Director of Caribbean Immigrant Services, Erwin Clare, a Jamaican resident residing in the U.S., while being skeptical about the tactics and figures attributed to ICE for the removals, said at this point there's need for decisive action from Jamaica's government on several fronts. What kind of concerns me, and I hope that behind the scenes, the governments in Jamaica and the Caribbean are making plans for any eventualities, unless they don't believe the president, is that even if they are to say 5,000 Jamaicans are coming back, just 500 Jamaicans alone being deported to Jamaica right now will cause havoc. And the ones who will be coming back are not necessarily the guys who will be going to church on Sunday or Saturdays. So I don't know. That is true. The ones who they're going to be sending back, the main people they're sending back are criminals. Okay, so that's something that we have to really think. I'm going to read a little bit further, and then Beatrice, if you want to take over, you can. All right. I can only hope that they are behind the scenes negotiating with our amiable Minister of Foreign Affairs, and also how is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs reaching out to diaspora groups to see what kind of partnerships and opportunities there may be, Claire told the Jamaica Observer. So, Beatrice, if you want to, you can start from here if you can.
Sure. Noting that the removal figures might be hyped up to create fear, he said a major concern among targeted communities there at this time was the additional places they have planned to make raids: schools, hospitals, places of worship. I don't know if any of those places yet can confirm. There are a lot of stories out there, but the biggest part of my concern is addressing those persons who reach out on an individual basis saying to us, these are my conditionalities. How do I prepare myself? How do I safeguard? What do I do? Those are the issues we are dealing with right now, Claire told the Observer. I see 93,000, I see 5,000 removal numbers being quoted. Remember now, the legacy media like yourself is relegated because everybody with a phone out there and have their stuff out there, breaking news and all of that, many a times adding to the fear and confusion and causing more havoc than there really is. So what I would really like to say to my brothers and sisters out there in Jamaica, reach out to your family members. Do a wellness check on your loved ones, because I am quite certain, even from a selfish perspective, to make sure you are still going to get your remittance, Claire stated. The other
So if you guys don't know what remittance is, that's when a person who lives overseas, let's say a person, a Jamaican or Guyanese or Trinidadian person lives overseas in America, and they're working and they're sending money back home. So they may have
Yep.
family members, may have children or whatever that they're taking care of. So it's a lot of people that are, let's see, reliant on those people who are in America who are working, because in Jamaica, I would tell you from what I know, the minimum wage in Jamaica is like the equivalent of $2.25 an hour, which is crazy. And I'm not sure I'm not sure in Guyana what's the minimum wage. In Guyana, Supergirl, if when you come on, you can tell me what's the minimum wage down there, and I can kind of figure out with the exchange rate, I can figure that out. But I'll let you continue, Beatrice.
All right. Well, the other people we should be putting pressure on is our embassy and our consulate, because they are the ones in the United States who will officially make contact with to say Tom Brown from Jamaica is being deported. That is the official medium. So I don't know if the consulate or the embassy have been beefing up staff to deal with it, he added, said Claire. I don't know what Jamaica is doing or what the Caribbean is doing, but they should be now having more people on hand to make sure that our citizens' rights are being protected, even by Geneva Convention standards. And at the same time, I am quite sure that there are organizations and Jamaican lawyers awaiting them of suggestions where legal immigration processes can be had. In the meantime, Claire has branded the Trump administration offer to federal workers the chance to take a deferred resignation, which would mean they agree now to resign but get paid through September as pure trouble. There is going to be a lot of pushback on that. It is a part of the intimidation process because you must remember that part of the mandate is to reduce the federal workforce in order to bring in their lackeys. I have heard of a person who most of their staff have been placed elsewhere and now their workload is doubled. It is part of the whole intimidation process. I think there will be pushback. There are already people I know who have gone on to contemplate lawsuits and so on, he told the Observer.
Yes, it's a lot of craziness. I know that Trump, he wants to lessen the federal workforce,
Mhm.
but if you worked from home for many years and they tell you to go in, and you want to keep your pension, just go in. Please don't be foolish enough to leave that job because you may not get another position, especially in the federal government. So please, if you know anybody, tell them just go back into the office. I know it's trouble, but COVID is over, and just go back. I have a few friends or acquaintances who work for the federal government, and they told me that they're ready to go back. They said, "Listen, I'm not leaving my job. I'm not leaving my benefits. I'm not taking no deferred resignation and getting paid through September. I don't got time for that because they can say they're paid through September and then just change it on you." So I'm like, no, don't do that. But getting back to with immigration, as they said if you came through this country illegally, meaning that you came through the Mexico border or Canadian border, which I don't know how would you do that through the Canadian border because that's coming through Niagara Falls. I don't know how would you do it, but you can be on the list of being deported. So you have to be very careful. I know that there's a lot of scare tactics going on with a lot of my Jamaican brothers and sisters. A lot of people in the Caribbean period are afraid, but if you did come through with a visa, chances are that you will be able to stay, especially even if you overstayed your visa, as long as you did not commit any crimes. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to come here and I'm going to allow Supergirl, can you please tell me what is the minimum wage down there in Guyana? I wanted to find out what's the minimum wage in Ghanaian dollars. And let me unmute you if so I can hear you.
So to give you three separate breakdowns, private sectors, government, and let's just say you as a individual who hires somebody for a job, everybody's pay is different. So from as small as a cleaner, probably we don't really get paid hourly in Guyana. They normally do monthly. Very few
Okay.
places even do fortnight. So the minimum would be like 300 US a month, which is equivalent to 60,000 Guyana dollars.
Wow.
That's the least amount somebody would get. So a contractor or a laborer who does work for a private place, they would get paid hourly, and their hourly would run anything to like 25 to $30 an hour.
25
To 30.
Ghanaian dollars.
No, that's US. 25 to 30 US an hour, which would be equivalent to anything like 5 to 6,000 um Guyanese dollars an hour. A normal laborer would get paid, just to move some um stones or mix cement and stuff like that. He would get paid that amount. But
Wait,
office
wait. So
people,
you're saying that
people
I'm sorry, you're saying that they pay 25, the equivalent of 25 US dollars?
an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, because remember now, over here they value that kind of work as hard work because you have to be in the sun, you have
Mm,
to be lifting heavy objects. A guy could get a hernia from lifting heavy objects and stuff like that.
okay.
So the pay is more and it's more risky. You have to climb up buildings and stuff like that. But a cleaner, even myself, I was an EMT for 8 years, and my last what I was working for before I left was like 480 US a month,
Wow. Wow.
which
In
is
the United States,
almost 100,000 Guyana dollars.
wow. Wow. In the United States, for EMT, you can get almost 10 times that.
Correct, is right. And
Man,
I
that's
believe in certain countries, I can't speak for all, but I can. Guyana has many resources.
mm,
They have oil, they have coal, they have bauxite, they have all these different resources. But I'm not into politics and I have no idea where the money goes.
mhm.
So, for that being said, we should be getting paid. And for me, they can pay us more.
Yeah.
Um, that money that we work for a month, that should be a weekly salary. 480 US could be a weekly salary over here,
Yeah.
but we work for that monthly. So
That's crazy.
you can
That's
imagine,
crazy. That's
a lot of countries are going through the same thing. So you can imagine why people would want to go to a different country to seek a better life for themselves.
I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Now, Grand Miss, he put in the chat, which I really appreciate. As of January 2025, the minimum wage in Guyana varies by sector. Private sector, as Supergirl said, the minimum wage is 60,000 per month. Public sector, the minimum wage is 75,000 per month. That's crazy.
So 60,000, as I said, is equivalent to 300 US.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that's the minimum wage. Persons that I know are working for just certain places are working for just a little over, like teachers.
Mhm.
Nurses, they're probably working for 550 to 600 US a month.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
is it enough?
So
No, it is not.
no, no. What what is joint services?
So joint services would be anything from fire. Well, no, I'm not going to include the fire department in that. I'm going to say prisons, police, and soldiers. They would have been included in the joint services in Guyana. It's like how you guys have military, they consider them joint services.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The government recently stated that they were going to give $100,000 to everyone, which is equivalent to 500 US. Persons had to register and stuff for this thing. However, the only persons that have gotten the money so far are the police, the soldiers, the prison officers, the joint services in general. And some nurses and doctors as well have gotten it. But persons like myself or persons who are unemployed, um, I don't know when they're waiting to distribute that money, but they haven't gotten it as yet. I think they're waiting for some budget, but that
Mm.
shouldn't be because, like I said, Ghana is a country that's supposed to have a lot of money. So maybe they're waiting for a specific time. Who knows?
Sad. Very, very sad. My heart goes out to my brothers and sisters in the what they call the spiral. I'm gonna mute you real quick. Um, this is sad, but I'm glad that you, Supergirl and Beatrice, I'm glad that you guys come on because now we have different points of view and stuff like that for the way things are going. I hope that it can get better. I am glad that I were able to do this stream. I feel that this is something that a lot of people need to know of because there's so many people that are affected, and it's it's very scary times that we're living in for a lot of people. A lot of people are worried about things that's going on, but I do feel that things will get better. I feel that if as long as we come together and we allow each other to just be able to live the life that they want to live, especially are if they come to this country and they're doing the right thing, create businesses, work and stuff like that, don't commit any crimes, give them an opportunity to do what needs to be done. But I do feel that they really need to change up the visa process to make it so that it's a lot easier for people who want to apply for work permits or work visas to come to be able to come to this country, to be able to work and be able to say, okay, hey, look, if they work 3, 6, 9 months, and then they can go back home and then they can either apply again or be able to come back and stuff like that. I feel that that's how it should be done to give people a better opportunity to be able to not only make a life for themselves, but be able to take that money and they go back home and be able to create businesses back home and create situations that will better themselves and better their countries. That's how I feel. That's how I look at it. But I want to hear from each of you, Beatrice and Supergirl. I want to hear from you. So I'm gonna, Beatrice, I'm gonna. I think you can unmute it, right? I don't have to unmute you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, good. So because the show, we're gonna about to end the show. So I want you to give your final thoughts on how you feel about everything, and I'll let you take the floor. I'll mute myself.
Well, yeah. I just had to appreciate you having us. Always a good time as usual. Um, definitely. My heart goes out to the people in the plane crash. I'd love to definitely know more about it. I wish there was something I can do about that, and their families. And yeah, in terms of the immigration, I learned a lot. Definitely from Supergirl, just like especially the form of currency. You can hear that they say, oh, 100,000 in Guyana, but it's still not enough. It seems like it's a lot to us, but it's not enough. Um, but yeah, I definitely agree with what you meant, with both of you, what you said about having people prioritizing the people with visas. I think it's a deep and layered conversation, because at the end of the day, um, I don't know what the U.S. Involvement was in Guyana as well, and in these other countries. Feel like the U.S. created these problems and is trying to solve it. You know what I mean? With a lot of different things. So that's my take on it. Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. And I think that with with the U.S. involvement, I feel that, and I
Hmm.
mean, before I let you go, Supergirl, I feel that what needs to happen is the Caribbean countries, especially the West Indian countries. I know they have something called, I believe it's called CARICOM or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, where you have those countries that are all in agreement where they trade with each other. But I feel that what they should create is something with like what the East Caribbean countries have called the East Caribbean dollar. It should be a strong central dollar where all the West Indian countries can come in and have that centralized unit where instead of having Guyana has their currency, Jamaica has their currency, Trinidad has their currency, and all that stuff, have a centralized currency where all these countries are in it. All these governments are working together, like something like a Caribbean Union and stuff like that, where they'll
Yeah.
be able to have a stronger economy, a stronger dollar, where it can be what they call pegged to the US dollar, where like with the East Caribbean dollar, I believe it's like 2.75 or $3 or something like that, where that it will never go up or never go higher. I know in Barbados is pegged $2 billion to $1 US, but I do feel that that's something that needs to be created so that it can strengthen the Caribbean, and also it will be able to allow, I wouldn't just say transparency, but it'll be able to allow people to be able to make more money and their value of their money goes up and they can be able to live better lives in those countries, because it's just so crazy the way things are going. So, but Supergirl, I will allow you to come on and you can give your final thoughts.
Well, I also, my heart goes out to the persons that perished in the crash. Nobody deserves to um, have to die that way, and nobody deserves to have to lose their family that way. My heart goes out to them, and my heart also goes out to the persons that either didn't do anything wrong or are they just trying to seek a better life for themselves and may or may not get deported. You know, people have the fear in them. So my heart goes out to them as well. And we do have Ghana is part of the CARICOM. Yes, they do have that. I just all my life I grew up thinking that Ghana's currency would not rise unless the economy itself in Guyana rises. And regardless of how much wealth a country might get, if the person that controls that wealth does not utilize it the right way, then the country is not going to move forward. So that's my take on that. And when I first visited the United States, I didn't know 100 US was the highest currency you had. I literally thought you guys were like us. You guys had $1,000, 2,000, 5,000. So when my friend told me, she was like, "No, that is the highest currency." I'm like, "Oh, that's why when I went to the store and I bought something with $100, they were looking at me like, they got to make sure that this money is for real, because people don't be walking around with $100."
Yeah.
So I learned something that, and I learned that the smaller the currency, the higher the value. I didn't know that. All this time I'm thinking that Yen has a $5,000 note, which is equivalent to 25 US dollars. So, and that's our highest currency. A $5,000 note that is only equivalent to 25 US dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned a lot from her with the currency.
Yes. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Wow.
But some countries have it even more worse. Sometimes when you think that you have it bad, there is somebody else that is going through it 10 times, 100 times worse than we
True.
are.
Very
So,
true. Very true.
on that note, as you know, I'm an hour in front of you guys. So,
Mhm.
it's 11 for me.
All right.
So,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye
it's
bye.
nice meeting you.
nice meeting you too. Bye bye.
All right,
Wow.
Kill.
All right. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Supergirl. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I I'm so happy that you guys were able to join. I'm so thankful that you were able to join. I know that it's getting late for you and everything. So I
Yeah,
really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
of
Thank
course.
you. We have to constantly do this. Hopefully one of the guys will come on
Yeah,
and
Grand
be able
Miss.
to help. Grand Miss, maybe Grand Miss can come on and help me out. Okay. Because I'm here by myself and everything. Even though I like being around beautiful women, I really appreciate it. But I mean, come on now, help a brother out. All right, I really appreciate it. Thank you. But Beatrice, I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you. Anytime you're more than welcome to come on. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course.
So,
Peace.
if
Let
I
me know
don't,
anytime. You
no
got my
problem,
email.
no problem. I will. Take care. Have a
All right.
wonderful
Good
night. All
night.
right. Good night.
You too.
All right, guys. How did you like Grammys? Grammys. Listen, Grammys, you are funny. I like it. Yeah, the Kills and Friends News Power Hour. You won't ask for any royalties later? All right, cool. All right, good. I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, but yeah, you're right. You are the article giver. I really appreciate that. You know, Kai, yes, this was a great show. I loved it. I loved it. I love talking about different topics, especially when I can take the time to educate myself on the topic so that I can give some, information, but guys, tell me, how do you feel about this show? Do you feel that it was a good show? Do you feel that the two topics that we talked about? My condolences goes out to the people who perished with the plane crashes. My heart goes out to them. I understand how it is, and also on immigration. How do you guys feel about the topics as that were being talked about? I really, really appreciate you guys. I love each and every one of you. I really thank you so much. I know that for me being a son of Jamaican mom and a Trinidadian father, I really wanted to make sure that a lot of the things that was going on in the news, that people understand what's going on, so that they can really be able to focus on that. Thank you, Grand Miss. Appreciate that. 100 out of 10. Really appreciate it. Very important topics. Yes, Kai, very, very important topics. Really appreciate that. That's something that a lot of us, we need to know, so that we can be able to be more informed. That, I believe, I forgot who said it, but it was a saying that says, an informed citizenry is a group of people who can never be conquered, because we understand what is going on, and be able to the be able to listen. I'm gonna do this, Charlie Brown. These are no more Charlie Brown and Lucy Van Pelt reaction videos. Listen, I'm gonna do those videos because some people like them, some people don't. But I appreciate you, you damn fool. But yes, it was great topics tonight, and I really appreciate you sending me a lot of those articles, because I was able, when I read them, I said, let me do more research on them before I bring some of the videos out. And it was very, very difficult to find some of the videos, or any videos, that were talking about the situation in with Caribbean people being deported. I couldn't find anything, but I did find those two articles, and I felt that it was very, very unique, especially with my brothers and sisters that's in Jamaica, and I know that they're going through it and they're trying to get through and stuff like that. Yes, P65. It was a very great topic. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, my brothers and sisters, I really, really appreciate you. I know that you can watch anybody else, but you're here with me, and I really, really thank you for that. Thank you so, so much. It is 10:21, and I am going to cut it off here. I am going to contact my daughter, read her a nice bedtime story. She is going to be upset that I did not uh, send any sour hamburgers, but I'm going to make sure that I buy some, and the next time I come at around the end of this month, I will. Yes, oh, definitely. Stay hydrated. Yes, appreciate that. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. So, yes, I mean, Nimrod, yes, great energy. The energy from your subscribers can truly be felt. Yes, I really appreciate all my subscribers. Really appreciate all my viewers. Grand Miss, Kai, you guys, it takes me this, sometimes I don't look at the chat while I'm doing a video, because I have to, be calm. And I know that some of the things that y'all say would knock me out of my frame. So I close out the chat, because y'all could be going crazy. But yes, but I love you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, everybody, drink more water. Really, really appreciate that. Stay hydrated. Ah, yes, the sour hamburgers. I'm gonna try not to. I'm not gonna be eating a lot of them, but I do like candy. But I'm not gonna really eat a lot, because it does rot your teeth. You're right about that. You are right about that. Yes, Kai. Some of the things were having me cracking up. I had to. I was like, listen, you know what? If I keep looking, I'm not gonna even get through the news feed, because it's not it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. Please continue sending me articles. I'm going to get there. You guys can send me links of videos as well if you want me to do commentary on it or react to it. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. You guys are very, very special to me. You guys are very valuable. If nobody has told you that you are valuable and that they love you, I'm going to tell you right now, you are valuable to me, and I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you who have joined me tonight, who have joined Beatrice, who have joined Supergirl. Shout out to them. They took their time to come on to talk about these very important topics. Really appreciate the both of them. Guys, please be safe. Hug your children, hug your family members. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you care about them, because you never know when might be the last moment that you see them. So you really have to be there and let them know that you really care about them, you really love them. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, guys. Take it. Oh, yes, please, Grammys, thank you for reminding. Please, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I love each and every one of you. Peace. Oh yes, yes, Kai. I will give Auntie our love. I tell her all the time that you guys ask about her, and like it's amazing, amazing how she knows that there are people from across America that really care about her. I really will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You take care, Kai. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. And yes, that's why we like. Yes, that's right. That's why we like it. The after chat is wonderful. Yes, 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 yes. P65. It is. And that's why I really appreciate you guys. I really thank you guys so much. I know that it's not easy coming on that night, but you guys are with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, have a wonderful night. Be safe. Have a wonderful night. I love each and every one of you. Thank you. Peace.